Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Are you guys ready for another magazine flip through? This one is super cute. I grabbed this off my shelf and this is an Annie's Crochet newsletter. Look at the front. Isn't that so pretty? Look at her. Oh yeah, very, very pretty. So this is March, April of 1998. Dear Crocheter, I celebrate every spring with a renewed sense of creativity. On the first day that balmy breezes beckon, I make it a point to go outside, breathe deeply the sweet air, and give thanks for the blessings we all enjoy just for being alive. Newly energized, I also began a flurry of fresh crochet projects just like those found in this issue. Spring really is in the air with such delights as a yellow rose of Texas tablecloth or a daffodil doily. And think of how you'll perk up someone's day with a Cupid doll push pin or a big huggable bunny who comes with his own carrots. For gifts, don't overlook classics such as our pineapple baby bib, button jewelry, or floral tissue roll covers. I know you won't have any trouble finding someone who would appreciate your thoughtfulness expressed in stitches. But before you become immersed in a bright new season of crochet, take time to smell a few of spring's offerings of flowers and give your loved ones each a big squeeze. I do all the time. Yours truly, Annie. And then it says, coming in the next issue. Look at this doll dress. I have never seen that one. Alright, so we have the index. It says, spring is in the air. Peach fashion doll dress, page 4. Yellow rose of Texas tablecloth, page 12. Easter bunny and carrots, page 18. Floral tissue roll covers, page 22. Mile a minute granny flower lace, daffodil doily, green delight afghan, button jewelry. That has me interested what button jewelry is. Pin cushion Cupid doll. Oh, I love Cupid dolls. And a pineapple baby bib. All right. So the first one, pattern is that the doll on the cover, the peach fashion doll dress. Very, very pretty. It says, who doesn't look forward to the, I don't know, gaiety? G-A-I-E-T-Y. G-A-I-E-T-Y. Gaiety? Who doesn't look forward to the gaiety of spring after winter's cold repose? Celebrate that pleasant interlude of all things green and growing with a lush array of crochet, including a doll's gown, a bunny, and a blossomy tablecloth. Pattern, 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 pattern. That's a long pattern. Ooh, here is the yellow rose of Texas tablecloth. This is pretty. You could turn this into a bedspread. I like that. Doesn't have anything to read with it. And add to buy something. And then we have the Easter bunny and carrots. He's cute. See the little carrots in the basket at the bottom? Adorable. Okay, so now we have Off the Hook, answer to your crochet problems. Question. I can't always find beads, buttons, or trims to match my crochet projects. Do you know of a good source to try? Well, dang it. I wish it was more of things that were, the questions were more things that would, I don't want to say relate, but like also work today instead of from 1998. Let's see what she says. It says, rather than shopping all over town, try dyeing your own with RIT fabric dye. Mix dye according to instructions. For small dye lots, use proportions of 2 tablespoons of dye per 1 cup of water. Heat water. None of what they're saying right here would work for anything other than material, because you're not going to be able to dye buttons and beads. So I'm assuming the trim, they're probably thinking of like lace trim or something. It says heat water in a heat-proof glass container and microwave until water boils. Stir in dye. Microwave another minute or 2 until dye water comes to second boil. Remove from microwave and immediately stir in beads, buttons, or trim. What? Pearl beads or buttons and wider ecru trims work best. No way is that going to dye buttons and beads. Stirring occasionally, check beads or trim until desired color intensity is reached. Drain through a oh my gosh. Drain through a tea strainer and keep dye water for later use if desired. Rinse dyed items in cool water until water runs clear and air dry on a thick layer of paper towels. Caution, dye might stain clothing, cabinet tops, plastic containers, and fingernails. What? That's no way is that gonna dye plastic buttons and beads. I want to try that. All right, so that really has me intrigued. Okay, the next, man, does Walmart still have RIT dye? I bet they do in the laundry section. Fabulous florals. The lacy versatility of crochet lends itself to multiple forms of creative expression, including the glories of flowers. Create a boutique of stitchery with floral tissue covers, a quick granny flower afghan, and a daffodil doily. So here are the floral tissue roll covers. They're toilet paper covers. I really like the blue. I think that blue one is probably the prettiest to me. Which one do you guys like? Okay, here is the Mile a Minute Granny Flower Lace. That is pretty. I always love how they set up pictures. It's like whenever you do a YouTube tutorial, you need to do a thumbnail picture that's going to catch everybody's eye. That's going to make the viewer click on my video because that thumbnail is just so eye-catching. And every time I see patterns like this, I always think whoever takes the pictures does a really good job of setting it up. And just, decorating the little area. Like the tablecloth. That is a very good job. I need a photographer. Alright, let's, where were we? A Mile a Minute. Alright, we are now to the Daffodil Doily. Oh, it's filet. Look at this. See, look at the frogs. That's adorable, with an actual little bouquet of fake daffodils. Very, very, very good job. And that is very pretty. The filet, like the daffodil part. They did a very good job of that. Okay, we have add. Ooh, Green Delight Afghan. So this is the Gifts Galore section. It says, it seems we can never have too many gifts on hand. That's the truth. Make ready for celebrations of friends and family to come by starting now on a delightful Afghan charming jewelry, a winsome doll, or sweet baby bib. Here is the Green Delight Afghan. That is very, 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 very pretty. I like that. So that it looks like two different motifs. Yeah. And 1, 2, 3 different greens. Very pretty. Pattern, pattern, pattern. Okay, here's the button jewelry. So these are not just like, you know, little buttons you find on the inside of your shirt. These are like decorative button jewelry. That is really pretty. I have enough buttons to do that. And here's the pin cushion Cupid doll. Look at her. And it's even got a little tuft of hair. How cute is that? I can make that with the hair that Cheryl from Purple. Oh, for Pete's sake. It slips my mind. She sent me doll hair, and I could add just a little bit on the hat. And I hope that's stuffed underneath there, because I wouldn't poke those into my doll. Yeah, it's got polyfill. Okay, so here is another little, I don't know what you would call this section. It says round table, letters from our readers. It says, Dear Annie, for some time now, I've been fairly successful at selling my crochet designs at craft fairs and bazaars. Good, congratulations. I don't, you know, somebody recently that I watch, a YouTuber that I watch, she showed her doing a craft fair recently. She didn't show like her setting there, but she showed her little setup and everything. And I thought, I would like to go with somebody and set just to see what it's like. Because I've been to craft fairs and everything, like, you know, and I walk through there and I see crochet stuff and I see baked stuff and I see knitted stuff. I see all kinds of stuff. And I want to sit there with a seller to see what it's like, to see, you know, do you get a lot of people that make that statement of like, wow, that's overpriced? Or do you get a lot of people that just kind of look and say, okay, thanks, bye? Or do you make a lot of sales? Or I would just like to know what it's like. And then after that, I would decide if I want to do it. Okay, she says, with the encouragement of my friends and family, now I'd like to try getting some of my patterns published. Can you give me some pointers? And this is from Alice from Junction City, Kansas. She says, thanks for your letter, Alice. While many crochet pattern publishers, including Annie's Attic, accept unsolicited crochet projects for review, there is no guarantee that Ida will be published or even returned unless you include those instructions along with the return postage. The best way to proceed is to choose one or more publishers you think would be interested in your crochet concepts and write them for their designer guidelines first. Then follow their instructions exactly in submitting your designs. To receive your design guideline packet, simply request one from Annie's Attic. Blah, 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 blah. Be sure to include your name and correct mailing address so we can reply promptly. Cool. This is a cute little baby bib. Although I really don't think it's going to do much for a bib, it's still really cute. Anything that baby's going to drop is going to go right through that. Or it's going to go past it because it seems really short. And then, oh, that's it. That was the last pattern. The last page is a stitch guide. And I'm just noticing, well, I want to know what you guys think. Do you guys have a hard time? So like with needle or crochet hooks, right? I never go by the letter or the number. I always go by the millimeter, like 6, 5.5, 4, 4.5, and down, right? And up, obviously. I never go by the number or the letter. So like for instance, this has, it says that a 10.5 millimeter, nope, that's not right. A US hook is either, this hook, a K, is a 10.5, but that's not the millimeter, that's the number. So it could either be a K or a 10.5, and that could either be a 7 millimeter, an 8 millimeter, or a 9 millimeter. And then the same thing with a G, can also be a 6, and that is a 4.5 millimeter, or it could also be a 4.75 millimeter. So like, okay, here's another one. I didn't know this. A J is also known as a 10 and is either a 6 millimeter or a 6.5 millimeter. Well, I'll say this. That's what this says. And the, I don't know. I'd just rather say the millimeters. And I realize like on older steel hooks, they don't say the millimeter, they just say the number or letter, which is really tough to try to figure out what size hook to use. I was just reading through the abbreviations to see if there were any of them that I didn't know, but I know them all. We all should know them all. CH for chain, DC double crochet, HDC half double, loops LP or LPS, rounds RND or RNDS. It's all the ones that we know. Well, this was a short one. I'll show you the back, which is just a like a rundown of all the patterns in it. So what is your favorite pattern in this one? I am gonna go, oh, it's a tie. Definitely a tie between the Cupid doll pin cushion and that Afghan. I love both of those because, man, that is stunning. But I love Cupid dolls. All right, guys, that is it for now. Pardon me, I ate some carrots before I came in here. Pardon me. Okay. Thank you guys for watching. Hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't so you don't miss what's next. And I will see you all in the next one. Leave me a comment. Let me know what your favorite pattern was. And yeah, I've got two. I have a tie. All right, bye guys.